Hello friends, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. I'm here to share with you some mobile crafting, TV crafting ideas for the last, or what I've been doing for the last week or so. So yes, it's morning. I've got my coffee here and I'm dying to take another drink. Nice hot coffee. So let me show you what I've been doing. I've been having a lot of fun over the last week with all sorts of goodies here. So let's start with this pile right here. Let's see. So I had my oldest son and daughter-in-law went to Florida about a week or two ago now, and my mom, when I go down, my mom always sends home her whatever cards she has collected from the last year, whatever, with me to do whatever I want with them. So she sent home a bunch of cards with my son instead because she has them sitting waiting for me. No, so she wants to get him out of the house. So since it doesn't take very much room, he was able, in a car to add to the car because he's got a child. My 2-year-old granddaughter. So, the car gets quite loaded up when you have a child in the car, a small child, and all the necessities. But anyway, he had enough room for the cards, so he brought them to me, and I already cut them up and made things with them. This is just a little piece. I might make this into a tag or something, punch a hole and put a topper on it, but it's blank on the back, and I didn't want to throw it away. I might put a little something on there, but anyway, that's going to be a tag. And here's the rest of the cards. I'll just flip through the little pieces for you so you can just get an idea of what you can do, with greeting cards. So this is a little journaling card. And these are all from greeting cards that my mom had saved up. Here's another little piece that I can turn into a tag. I'll put those together. You can see this is from a Thanksgiving card. Aren't they cute? Little journaling cards. This wasn't from the inside of the card, the little sentiment. Isn't that nice? I can put it in a journal just like that as a journaling card, or I can add a little, something to the top, a tab, or a, ribbon or something if I want to, a little piece of fabric. Here's another sentiment from the inside of a card. Isn't that great? It can be a pocket or whatever. Any of these can be a pocket or tuck spot too. This has writing on the back. Oh, this is from the card, a verse. A Bible verse from the card, and here's the front, peace on earth. Cute, right? So pretty. I love how these turned out. A tag, happy holidays. Some more tags. Gorgeous, right? And this I put paper on the back because it had the same kind of like some of the same pattern on the back, but it just was all kind of, I don't know. I didn't want to leave it, so I just covered it up with some coffee dyed paper or something like that. Here's another one. This one's blank on the back. Isn't that pretty? Here's the inside of that card, I think it was. The sentiment part of it, blank on the back. Here's another one. I covered up something that was there just with a extra piece of the card. So cute. I can still punch holes and put ribbons on the top. Another piece of a card. This card was so thick. It's three layers right here, and then this picture is very thick, and it's also a 4th layer. So, but I did go ahead and cut it out. I thought it was so pretty. I didn't want to, waste it. And it's got some glitter on there and a verse here with the lighthouse. And these I left whole because they were so pretty. I thought, well, they can just be, whoops, there's a little piece. They can just be big journaling cards. So that one says happy birthday. But it's so pretty, and it's blank on the back. And this little Christmas tree, I just loved all the surrounding colors and patterns. So I wanted to leave it whole. So that would be a big journaling card. See, it's back on the back. I mean, blank on the back. And this was a sentiment, another sentiment from inside the card. And then it has the branding on the back, but that doesn't even bother me. I could round the corners. I wonder, I don't know. I may not have had my corner rounder with me that day. I don't bring it. These I did at work, crafting at work, so mobile crafting. But I bring, I have scissors and a paper cutter at work. so I don't have to bring that. So if I just want to cut things up, I can bring those and cut them at work without bringing too much with me. But look how cute with the rounded corners, and I could put a little decoration with you. On here, and it just says, it's so cute. This is why I saved it. I hope you find your days so full of happiness, and each minute you simply can't find room to crowd another nice thing in it. Isn't that a nice sentiment to stick into a journal? And like I said, if I add a little flower or something up here, that'll be so cute. Okay, so then I also did all of this at work right here. So I'll show you that next. I took some more scrapbook paper, and these I just folded and made pages. So this is all the same thing here. And then I was kind of anxious to cut up. I don't know if I mentioned it in a video, but I was anxious to cut up some of my atlas pages. So I took, they're big, so I only had to take a few, but I got all of these pages out of it. So here's like the map pages. All of these are going to go into journals, but I wanted to have a variety of different pages. No, not just scrapbook paper. So I took some map pages, but aren't these pretty? Map and the index page from an atlas too. I love those as pages. I love the columns. So cool. So that map, and here's some more map of the actual map here. I just think they're so pretty. I know when I was cutting them, I was like, oh, these are so gorgeous. This is my template. I'm going to leave that out so I can take that back to work with me. But aren't they pretty? So that's the atlas pages. And then I took some more, these are all scrapbook paper. There's so many I had to, look how many there are. I just want to put some journals together, as you can tell. But I'm finishing my Halloween project right now. But anyway, these were 8.5 by 11 scrapbook paper pieces, or pages. And I just decided to, see they have a little branding here on these particular pages. I decided I folded them in half, and then I folded this up to cover up the branding page. And I can glue this down, or I can leave it like this, just open, not glue down at all. So it would be in a, bound here, and then the person that gets this can decide if they want to glue this down or make it into, leave it as is, cut it off, make it into like a little tuck spot down here. So that's how I did all of these. And let me show you how many patterns. There's this pattern. Let's see, is this out of order? This goes with these. Okay, so I've got the pineapples, the flowers, and here's, all the flowers. And let's see, what other patterns do I have here? This was so fun, and it's relaxing, on my lunch break. Just kind of, it's totally different from what I do during the day at a computer. I'm just sitting in an office with a big window. The office I go into right now, that I can go into right now, has a big wall of windows. So I go into this office with a big wall of windows, and I try to face, the window so I can see the beautiful outside and work on my papers here. And it's a very fun and relaxing lunch break. And I have my phone in there, and I watch a video at the same time, a video maybe I've been wanting to catch up on or something. So it's a lot of fun. Here's the other pattern, all of these. So just wanted to show you what I did all those in 1 hour at work. I did those, yes, this package that I just showed you right here of all the scrapbook paper, I did that all in 1 hour. I couldn't believe I got all that done in 1 hour. But really, if you think about it, all I'm doing is putting a couple of folds in the paper, because I didn't have to cut these. I didn't cut, probably saved me time just folding that bottom piece up instead of cutting it off. So all that in 1 hour. And then what else did I do? Okay, so I've been, can you call this mobile crafting? I guess I'll go ahead and show it to you though. This isn't really mobile crafting, it's just something I got done this week. I kind of have these book pages, and I decided to try. I've coffee dyed. I'm trying to think if I've colored. Yeah, I've colored papers before, colored book pages. But this week I haven't done it in a while. And these were some little, as you can see how small they are. See, here's my hand, and here's the book pages. Probably about, what, 6 inches by 4.5 maybe. So basically, just say 4 by 6. Anyway, I have made some pink of my pink tie-dye ink into some dye, added water and all that in a jar, and then I dyed these with that pink tie-dye ink. So these are ready for me to do something with. So I'm going to, I could just add them as pages, in a way I could put 2 together or whatever, or, make them into something else. So that's what I'm going to be doing with those. So that wasn't necessarily a mobile craft, but that is something I did within the last couple of weeks, craft-wise. And then I also have this paper. It's cardstock. I have a bunch of this. And these are dividers. They were dividers that we use at work. And they said I could take them home because they put a tab on here that's, it would be take a little bit of time to remove the tab to try to reuse them. And they don't want to just cover the word that they put on the tab up with something, because they take these to court and they want them to look nice and neat. So it's cardstock that they said I could take them home and use them in my crafts if I cut the tab off. So that's what I do at work with that paper cutter I mentioned that we have at work. I cut all the tabs off, and then I have this piece of paper, or actually cardstock, left to bring home. And so I've been wanting to, and finally did it this last couple of weeks or week or so. I wanted to see what it looked like coffee dyed, and it's really nice, as you can see. So this is all that cardstock, not all of it. This is only just the tip of the iceberg of these dividers that were dividers, and I coffee dyed these to see, how they would come out, and I think they came out really pretty, and they're going to make a nice page. So let me show you. You can just fold it in half, and this is how it will look. It'll be a nice, sturdy, coffee dyed page. Besides coffee dyed paper, I can use these for a thicker surface, and this can be, you could probably use markers on here and it won't go through, or even paints. So got that done. And then the other things I was really been wanting to do is, and having fun with, is I have a bunch of these little booklets. I had them all made up, and I needed to add pages. So I basically had the covers, I'm going to say. So these 3 right here, I had the covers made. This is wrapping paper over cardstock, and I'll show you the inside real quick. I think they're complete. And so on the inside is pattern, sewing pattern tissue, and it's cardstock in the middle, and this is wrapping paper that I glued on the outside. So 3 layers basically. And so this week I already had this made up, this cover, just like this. And I've been wanting to, I put it in with all my other little booklets and covers that I wanted to add pages to. So I did, that's what I did. I added pages, and each one like this has a little eyelet. I put a little eyelet with the closure in the back, so it's like a little journal. I added scrapbook paper. Let's see what's in here. Yeah, this one's all scrapbook paper, but on the back side it's blank. So you have, you have the writing space, and you have pretty paper. This one is sewn down the middle, and then you have the closure. So isn't that cute? And something you can do with any type of paper, but if you're looking for something to do with wrapping paper, isn't that pretty? And it's so cool when it becomes a hard surface over like file folder or cardstock or something. Very pretty. I love it. That's very retro flower too, so that was cool. These 2 I had done on video a while ago, made these covers. So I'll just open one of them. So I'm probably, I don't know, I think I'm going to list some of these separately in my shop, but the same thing. This is collaged. This is probably, maybe it was a masterboard that I cut up, and then I added this Tim Holtz flower and a piece of fabric on the spine. Inside is scrapbook paper, and I don't know if it's just, yeah, there's something in there like file folder. It's a, good sturdy cover. And then this I added a variety of pages like scrapbook paper, and here's some book page, and let's see, music. So there's another book page. So like that. And then I sewed it in with baker's twine. I didn't sew it with the other one was sewn with my sewing machine. This one is, pamphlet stitch with baker's twine. And here's the, I put fabric on the spine before that. I already had that done. And I had the whole cover done. I just had to sew in the pages. And then again, an eyelet with a closure. And this one's done the same way. So I had done those covers out of the same masterboard, added of Tim Holtz flower on the front and the fabric. And they were just sitting waiting for pages. So I had these all in a little drawer here in my craft room waiting for me to do something with them. And I kind of like, I always say this, but it's true. I'm just telling you the truth. It's always, some of these things are just always in my head that I want to do them. And so, finally I can stop thinking about it. And I got some of them done. And now I have a bunch more to do. So I'm still going to work on more of these. But anyway, those three are like that. And oh, here's another one like that. Got one more like that, same thing, where it was a masterboard with the fabric and a flower. And they're so pretty. I just love them. Anyway, these three are little booklets I got from a thrift store. And I have a bunch of these too. The same day when I went to the thrift store, they had a bunch of these. Somebody apparently had a collection and donated them. So yeah, I just started grabbing them out of my drawer and making things out of them. And so when I said, I talked about on one of my videos, these little spirals that I have, that I had some already, the little spirals instead of the 1-inch. I use the 1-inch in my journals, right? But I had some of these little tiny ones. And so I said, now that I have, I'm kind of like on a metal coil kick right now because I got my new machine and I love it. So yeah, I knew I wanted to use these on some of these little booklets. So I did, and I had some, and I got some. They sent like a package with my new machine too. So I'm like, I have oodles of these little metal oak coils. So this was a little notepad, as you can see. It was just this white with the blue. Here, the back and the front are the same. It says Rockwell. This is a little bird. There's a telephone number down here. But I added the paper up here. This is scrapbook paper and some rickrack on the front and the back. I don't know which is, either one, it can go either way. I think I was saying this is the front, but this could be the front too because they're both the same. But anyway, then I added, oh, this is the back because of the way the coils go. Okay. So I added, here's the paper inside too. I wanted to secure and solidify the top of this, so when it's going back and forth, you can, because I cut it apart there too. It was, a notepad. I cut it apart and it kind of had a rough edge, so I folded that paper over so you can see it inside here too. And so you've got lots of little writing room in here. So cute, right? Scrapbook paper. And here's the original. I think I put all of the original note paper in here. So see, this is the original note paper, this little lined paper. And then in between each one or two papers, I put some scrapbook paper. So it's really cute. And there's some music paper in here too, I see. I did these over the last week or so, so I forgot what I put in here already. But yeah, there's some music paper in here. So, oh, there's some manuscript paper. I just thought I saw some manuscript paper. Did I? Yeah, right there. So I kind of put as many papers as I thought I could in here. and without making it so that you can't turn the pages. See, there's not a lot of room there. It's like half an inch or something, those coils. So anyway, that's how that one turned out. This was another one. That's the name that was on it, Engine Bearings. So pretty, right? And here's the back of this one. They've got an address here, Yanceyville, North Carolina. That's close to me. So that's a town close to where I live. But let's turn and see, here's a chart or whatever inside information about the bearings. Yeah, bearings. Oh, I did add the rickrack right here on this one. Right there. I thought it needed some. I tried to add something if I could, so it can make it like, cute. So then inside is the paper again, scrapbook paper, graph paper, the paper that was in here, the notebook, right, like this little lined paper. So again, as many pages as I could without overstuffing it so that you couldn't turn the pages. So that's that one. And the last one. And these are, some of these, like this one I think is pretty old. I don't think any of them have a date on them. But this one's, they're all, all three of these are vintage, definitely vintage. Not sure how old they are, but maybe, I know, you can get, your guess is as good as mine, probably. But, you can see that they're, you can see that they're kind of retro or vintage. This one does look, I don't know if it is actually older, but it looks older. So, Armor Fertilizers. I just love the colors on this one. For farmers use Armor Fertilizers. There's the fertilizer. I love this green. And then here's the back with some information. This little piece I did not put on here. I didn't erase anything. It looks like something either wore off or was erased. And you've got some names of cities in Georgia, Alabama, Illinois, all over the United States, or the eastern, or there's Texas on there too, Indiana. So basically Minnesota, basically the eastern half of the United States. Oh, this one does have a date. Okay, 1963. This one has a cool calendar in the back here. 1963, 1964. And here's the front of this one with information about the fertilizer on that page. Oh, there's a little name space here with pencil, Neil, but it's very faded. Oh, state, North Carolina, Smithfield, North Carolina. There's an address there that I can't read. But anyway, so cool, right? So all that there. And then the original page is like this. And then I added scrapbook paper. And, book page. Oh, there was a little writing in here. Not very much, but I left it in here. I just thought, wow, isn't that cool? He didn't write a year. I don't know if he wrote down what he was buying or what. But so cool. Let's see. I just want to see if there's any more pages with writing that I could show you. But this was a lot of fun. It's something I have been wanting to do for a while. So yes, I'm going to pop probably most of these in my shop. And, they're very unique and one of a kind. Like, you're not going to find these anywhere else, right? So, and yeah, I just, this does take time to cut these little pages, believe it or not, and do the coils and everything. So, and it's just the fact that they're old, and I might not ever find anything like these again. So, it was a lot of fun finding these. But anyway, I'm going to pop some of these in my shop and see what happens. I hope you enjoyed. If you saw a particular one that you would like, let me know. I just sold that little one, the other little journal I made, the other little mini narrow one for $6.50 plus shipping. So that will give you an idea on the price on these. If you would like one, if you see one that you have to have, just send me a message. My email is the best if you want to send me a message on my email. it's under my video. So thanks for watching today. I hope you enjoyed all of my mobile crafting. These I did do during TV. I just brought all everything I needed, even my binding machine. It doesn't make really any noise, hardly. So I didn't feel, even though it's kind of heavy and bulky, I brought it and set it on the floor and sat on the floor and did my punches. So you need a nice sturdy surface for that to do the punching. So if you're wondering how did I do that in the living room? Yep, that's what I did. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in my next video, and have a great day.